Hi everyone, this is Evelyn. Today I'm going to show you a pretty little tag that I made using these paper dolls. I'm not sure if I can say the name of it because I'm hearing rumors that you're not supposed to tell you the name of these things that we're using, but most of you guys you probably know. But I will mention that on my description because it's totally blind when you don't tell somebody what this is. But anyway, there's a few that I made. This one here was a swat that I made. Look how pretty. And now the tag side, it's a little bigger to the original one because I wanted to put more details. It's up to you guys. This is the one I show you that I said I was going to make, but I'm gonna change it around. I'm gonna use another dark, another paper dart, and look how pretty this one is. And I'll put the picture in the end. You know I always do. All right. So what I'm going to do is these are the tags. Like I said, I am not gonna make it big. I'm gonna stick to the standard size. I bought me 2 packs of these, and the one I'm going to be using today is the one with the details. You know, I don't know if you could be able to see the little script. Let me see if I can shut this light off for a second, and you probably can't see. Okay, this is what it looks like, and they do give you the size, which I'll mention that down the bottom. But I bought these 2 packs, and I'm using one. So, I already cut out, this is the doll that I'm going to be making today. How pretty she is. I have so many different ones. So I'm trying to use the ones that I haven't made yet. And these are the papers that I'm going to dress her up in, which I already have a cut out, and I'll show you her a little later. Okay, and they from Recollection. Alright, and, but before I do that, I'm going to show you my tag. Okay, here we go. I didn't know which one I wanted to make, but this one here, you notice that I took the tab and I run it through my machine, and I emboss it with this embossing. By Spellbinder, and I use the brick embossing. I don't know if you can see that. Kind of give her a little, because I want her to pretend that she's against a house. That's my vision of when I make something. She's outside. Okay, so this is like the brick of the house, so that's why I decided to make that texture. And I also made another one because I didn't know which one I wanted to use, but I did give it a brush with Tim Hall Distress ink, which I'm going to do to that one. But I think I'm going to use this one first because I already did the distress, and the distress that I use, and I better put that away. No, I didn't. I'm sorry. Is the vintage photo, and what I did was, like we just ink it up and just brush it up against the detail. Since the brick is embossed and it has that lump, so it gives it a nice texture. Look. So this is the one we're going to be using. So I took care of that. I didn't glue anything yet. These are the flowers that I made, and the flowers that I made are from 2 different dyes. This one here came from the Heartfelt, and I'm trying to see the loose one. They look like this. You stamp them first, which you should push them all away. Okay, and so we're using one big one. As a matter of fact, I call all of them. So they come in 4 different sizes. So you have your large one, your medium, and then the next small size, and then the smaller size. So when I make this flower, I use all 4 of these with this one. And then the small one, if you want to go down smaller, you just have to eliminate the big one and use the 3. And I'll show you how, and it's very simple because all you have to do is, which I'm going to show you with the Tim Hall Tattered Angel die, and this is the rose one also. So you got 2 different type of rose that you can use. But this one is so simple. Like since this is stamped if you didn't stamp it and you stamp it on a pattern paper, or you just want a plain paper, just keep in mind, for the dimension of the rose, always the pattern paper should always face down. And I'll tell you why it should face down, depending on how you want your flower. But I'll show you the way I do it to make that rose look really real. All right. So what I do is, let me see if I can bring it a little closer. And this is for the new people. If I know you guys, some of them may say you already know how to do that, but you know, we got some people over here that probably is just starting to learn. I always mention that in my video. I give them a chance too, because we might have beginners in here too. So what I do is I take each petal and I start from the outline, and I take a stylus. I don't know if I pronounced that right, and it comes in, it looks like this, and it comes in different sizes. And I'm going to use my little one, or maybe the big one, and what it is, I'm stressing it. This is what I'm doing. I'm going on each petal and I'm stretching it down, because I'm not doing it, I'm just giving you an example. I'm swirling out to where the edge can be crimpled, looks old, and gives it a more dimension. So this is, I'm going to show you what I do. And then when I do my circulation in the middle of that petal, I force my down to the middle right here, and I push down, and I do that to each petal, so that way I can get kind of this dimension. Well, let me try this one, because I thought I finished this one here, and I guess I didn't. But I want to show you what it looks like. I'm doing this really fast. I don't want to bore you to this, but I want you to understand how you get that realistic look on these roses. Okay, so right now I kind of distressed, gave it a, so like that, the printed size, it has, when you turn it, because it should be like this, because I'm going quickly fast, it should look like this, and then when it's puffed up like that, all you have to do is take your little ball and right to the center and press that down, and maybe give it a little swirl, so like that the petals will pop up a little bit. And then when you layer each petals, you get that little dimension. And then when you glue them on, which I'm going to show you right now, because I'm going to use Tim Hort's dye, and I already distressed them. I already, so like that, you know, I even did a what do you call that, bud? That's the middle of it. So you need 5. You're going to need 2 to make the bud. Now, when you use, and this is the small one, this is this one, just so you know, I'm not using this crumple, okay, sorry, I'm not using the big one, I'm not using this one, I'm using this one, this small one, the one right here. This is making, because I want my flowers to be a little small because of what I'm using as a background. So, when you decide to use this one, all you have to do here is make some slip, because if you try to distress this on there, I promise you it's not going to work, because it has nothing to move. You have to make each petal loose, so that's why you got to make that slip. And then I'm going to come and I'm going to distress it. I'm just going to do this one once so I can just show you, because I need another. You need 2 of these, the 2 bud. Remember, 5, 2 for the bud and 3 for the flowers, you know, for the rose. I don't want to miss anything of this, but okay, now see, I'm going to swirl it around right in the middle, and it's going to look just like this. See how that looks? So now I'm going to turn it around, and it's going to look like this on my black pad. Right? Then I'm going to take my stylus, that big ball, and I'm going to press it down in the middle. It doesn't make a difference what side, just as long as that you pressing it down so these petals can pop up. Because remember, you embossed it, so it can look just like that. So see how that gives that little bump? Because that's what we're looking for. All right. So when I'm going, but you know what? That's showing the petals, but I'm making another one to make the bud. So I did the first one, but you don't have, for the bud, I'm sorry, for the bud, you don't have to press in the middle, because what you're going to do, you need just to swirl it like this way, and I just lost the petal. just to have it the way like this. That's to make the petal. I'm sorry, I'm going too quickly. And then I'm going to connect it with the first one that I did. And I'm going to put some glue on here. Put that butt in the middle. Okay, and let me see if I don't know if I do my glue stick is much quicker. But each petal to have it, because you want to close it down now. So I'm going to add a little dot of glue, just so I can close it down. And it falls into its place. It's not like you got to find where to close it. When you put this together, it just, for some reason, it finds its own place how it falls. So now you have your full butt right here. So I'm going to take that. Now I'm going to start taking my each petal. Now I'm only need 3 of these. I'm going to glue some in the middle, right in the middle. All right, now I'm going to stick this in the middle. Now before I glue, I'm sorry, let me just pay before I dry this out. I'm going to stick that and it's going to look just like this, right? But we need to have this, we need to close it up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dab a piece of glue, not to the top, right into the center. I'm going to put a dot of glue here, here in each petal, so that way I can press it down, which I'll show you right now. I hope this is a fast glue. This is what I'm doing. See, I'm putting dots right on in the middle, not the top side, because you need to show some petals. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to hold that down. Okay, and then you do the second one that way, and it's going to look just like this one. All right, so for video purpose, I had to do this quick. I just wanted to show you, but probably I'll do a video of all type of flowers. I think I'm going to do that in my next video. Next, I'm not sure, because I got some people screaming and talking about my skincare, because I also share that. All right. Now for the, okay, so I'm going to glue. I already showed you the flower. I already showed you how how I gave you information how I did my background. Now for my picket fence, because that's exactly what I want to use on my background. There's a die cut. That's this here. I don't know, is it by Ellison, and it looks just like this. Okay, and I don't know if you can see the detail, but I did use the crackle technique, which I'm going to show you real quick how that looks. And for those that never seen how to use the crackle, the original, I cut this out through chipboard. So this is the original. Then I painted with the acrylic My Studio with brown. So I painted and I let it completely dry. So now I'm going to go down my I use this for to do the crackle. Everybody's familiar with this. I love this stuff. So I'm going to go right now, and I'm going to put some so we can do that crackle, so you can see how that looks. For those that haven't never used crackle tech, haven't used it or ever seen how it's been used, and I know it's all over the YouTube, but we'll show it. And always have a brush, follow the line. When you do these type of technique, they always do one stroke down. Just don't go this way and this way. Stay to the direction. Your first direction is the one that you should be finished. And if you want a really good crackle technique, I say soak it up more. The more you put more thick, that's your crackle will come out. It will crack even more. It gives you more of the detail. Just so you know, because I have learned from experience. Because usually the first color you're going to pick is the one that's going to pop out your crackle when you put the second coat on, and when it starts cracking, the first color is what's going to peek out. So just keep that in mind. So I'm over here thinking that since this was, the chipboard was already brown, and I didn't paint it, I used my crackle medium, and I paint the light color, nothing happened. What happened is that the chipboard actually absorbed all the crackle the medium, so I didn't get that crackle look. So if you try to do that, don't waste your time. I went through that and forget it. So now I'm going to make this dry up. Let me see if I can use my gun. I mean, I have one already made. But I wanted to show you just a little piece of how this looks. So you have to make sure you know that this dries up, which I'm going to just dry 2 of them and just work on 2. Okay, now the color that I'm going to use is, let me try this color. I didn't use this one. Who's this one? This is the Martin Stewart satin, so I hope this works because I haven't used this glue. I mean, the paint. I haven't used that color, but I just hope because I think it's satin. Let's see. It's always good to experience my mistake and use it because you get a kick out of it. No, which one? Oh, here we go. So you take a glob of paint because remember, once you stroke it, you can't go back down. I mean, this is what they say, and it's true. Okay, it seems like that paint is not taking the crackle, or it is taking the crackle. No, very, very, very little. Very, very little. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try my other paint. Now we know that this color by Mountain Stewart, because I think it's satin, it's got that silky kind of color. It worked, but not as much. I don't see it being crackled, just a little bit. So I'm going to go in with my Craft Smart acrylic paint. And see how that works. That's my tissue paper. Okay. And let's try it this way. Oh, some of this is not even dry. I'm trying to catch the one that's dry. Okay, let me just heat it up a little. And you see how it's starting to crack? See, this it's best to do this overnight, but if you want to, you know, for video purpose, I have to hit it with the heat so you can see the crack technique. But you know what? I still see the other with Martin Stewart. It's still going crackle, but not as much as the other paint. So I already got one already cut up and painted already, so it's this one right here. So what I'm going to do is clean up my mess first. I got a mess in my desk, I know, guys. I've been working with 3 different projects today, trying to finish up. I'm still with the Christmas gift. Oh yeah, I haven't finished that yet. I'm still working on Christmas gift. I have a big, big family, so understandable, so they know the deal. And then with this flu season, my grandkids been sick with the flu. It's just like, God, please, let this end. It's horrible, horrible. Okay, let me just wipe this down so we have a clean surface. I don't have to have it all over anywhere. And my crackle top is not, I want to make sure it's closed good. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is, I use, because the tab is flanked, I want mine to be more like a chipboard, and I could have cut myself to a chipboard. So what I did is I just cut regular cardstock and the one that I use for the pad so I can make it more sturdy. So that's the reason why you see it that way. I could have had cut the chipboard and then put this on top, but I didn't think. So I did it this way. You know what? Let me use this real quick. I ran out of glue. Yep, I ran out of glue. It's okay. I got my big gun. Woo! You know what? And this is what happens. You got to be very careful. Because also when you're embossing, depending on what size the paper, sometimes the emboss is so tight that it rips the paper very little. Okay, that's one. And I'm going to do one more. That's fine. I know, I should have cut it through a chipboard and it would have been so much easier. But since I already had it cut out, I didn't want to waste it. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a lot of these. When I used to do swats and I kept them, they were all in my stash. So, you know, I didn't want to cut a whole sheet of 12 by 12 chipboard. Because I use a lot of chipboard. Trust me, I use it. If I can save some, I'll save it. But this is all it. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my fence and I'm going to glue that so it can look just like that. And then we're going to work on the dog, guys. I'm going to leave the dog for last. And that, I'm going to use my, I was going to use my dimensions to bring it up like that, but I wasn't sure. You know what, I'm going to do that. I'm going to use my dimension. And I had a box of dimension. Where did I put it at? Well, I'm not going to use the dimension because I can't find it. And I just have to, I tell you, when you have stuff in your desk, it's so bad to work like this. But that's so fun too. You go nuts. Alright, forget about the dimension. I am going to glue this down with my glue gun. I'll use this. Oh, look how funny. I was looking for this. See, and now I find it. It was right behind me. I don't know if I can still use it, but I'll see. Now, I got these little things from a dollar store. Is it dollar store? Dollar Tree? I'm not sure. But I wanted to give mine a dimension. So I'm going to put. I have tons of it. Tons of it. I love it. Okay. Since I already have glue already on it. Okay. Pull off those papers out. This one's giving me a fight. Come on, guys, don't do this. Okay. You can tell which one has or not. It looks so shiny. And it don't feel sticky too. It's weird. Let's see what happens. Okay. Yeah. So far, so cute. Alright, and now my flowers. No, I'm sorry. Leaves. This here, these leaves are from I cut these leaves here, and I also use a light chipboard so it won't be so flinky because it can get that way from the Sizzix, and it's already buried. Let me show you so I can pull this out. So you can see the paper. It looks like this, and this is my favorite leaf. I usually do. Sometimes I emboss it to give it kind of a little realistic. So I might wanna, because my dog, I'm gonna give you a peek of my dog because I need to know, because I want her. She's gonna be outside. I paint her up a little bit. I didn't dress her up. So let me see. Because I did not plant this, so I might want to come out in here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But what I want to do first is I want to kind of ink up the leaves. You can give it a little bit of, you know, some little dimension. I don't know what you want to call it, but That's my brush. My brush. This is that. I like working when I have everything just right here, but when I start moving things around, I'm going to use this for now because I can't find my brush. When I look for it, it'll come along. So I'm going to use a sponge. I do have a sponge dauber, but so what I'm doing is I'm going to sponge up the little edge. Next time I'll try to be a little organized. You know what it is that I try to challenge myself to not plan things out. Just do it, but I find it much harder because then I start bringing everything out because I'm not sure what I want to use. When I used to make things, I already had it planned out, so then I had everything cut up first and so on. So it makes it easier that way. But I want, I'm trying to do what some people, YouTubers, they just go for it. It's like, yeah, I grab this, let me grab this. Like, I don't know. It looks like, yeah, I got to try to do that. So I'm going to use some of my, probably use the glue stick. I'm going to start from inside coming up. Even if I have it pop out a little bit, that's okay. Because I was planning to use 2. And I'm running out of glue stick here. Yeah, I lost the petal because I used a light chipboard and it was white, and so because I didn't want it to be fancy. And then I guess I'm going to go. I think I'm going to take that and probably go this way. Okay. Okay, and then for my flower, I don't know which one I'm going to use. I was planning to use maybe, I'm going to use the pink one, the one that I made. Because I would have put one here. Let me see if I have enough, because I only made a few. I could, you know what? No, I didn't show you this one. This is also from the other, the other flowers that I made from Heartfelt. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use my chocolate here, put that one here, and put that one there. I don't like the way that one looks, so I'm going to use this. Okay, this is how I'm going to plan it. Yeah, I like that. So I'm going to use one here, and then after we finish embellishing my background, then we'll get to the fun part and showing my dog. Looks like this. Okay. And then I'll put a ribbon in the middle, which I'm not even going to get. I just want you to see how I start doing this. And then here goes the doll. What I did was, let me get her outfit. Before I get lost with that, I'll be like, ah, where's my dress? Alright. So what I did was, some people have options. You know, I have a lot of ones that I already paint, but you don't have to paint. What I did is I stamped the half of the body. Let me show you the stamp. Okay. So what I did was I stamped her like 3 times, not her whole body, just from the neck to the dress. I stamped that like 3 times on this pattern paper and 3 times on this pattern paper. And then I was, you know, deciding what color do I want to use for her dress. Now this is the dress with the pattern, so make sure you get it when you chose a pattern. Make sure you show a pattern that has a lot of detail. because with this pink one, I took my Stampin' Up! Marker and I outlined the dark so you can bring out that pink, because it was a very light pink. So I cut it out. Yes, you gotta do some fussy cutting, and then I'm going to put her like this. And I was gonna pop her that, but I'm not gonna pop her skirt. So I'm gonna glue her skirt down so you can see how that looks. Am I seeing this? No, you're not seeing this. Oh God, let me think. Probably doing this video and nobody's saying anything. Did I move it that far? Okay, let me come down a little bit. Wow, hold on. Why is it doing this? Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, I hope. I'm not gonna say anything yet. Let me put it over here. So I'm only putting glue on her skirt. That's it. So I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to glue her right there. Her complexion, I use Stampin' Up! What is it called? The Blendability. They also can have alcohol ink on them. And the color I use for her skin is, are they going to tell me the color of it? I just saw it too. Is it this one? I'm sorry, wrong. I know, I used the Kopi, right? And the Kopi was skin white. That's the color I use on her skin. And then I use the brown from Stampin' Up! This the blendability is called the mocha. And then for the ribbon of her head, I use the pretty pink from Stampin' Up! Just so you know. So I already had color in. All right. So now we're gonna go to the top part, because I'm gonna put her blouse on. And look how tiny this is. I stamped her. Oops, sorry guys. I stamped it on the padded paper, which wasn't easy to do, but I was manageable. So, like I said, you can color them. People love to color. I like to do both, but I do this because I made a couple of them for dress-up paper doll for my grandkids, and they love it. And I actually cut it out of magnet sheets. I stamped the doll, made some dresses. It came out really, they play with it. They have fun with it. So now it's going to look like this, guys. Look. Okay. Now for this part right here, you see this her little puffy? I'm going to use Dimension, so I can pop that up. What I'm going to do is and cut it in half, because we only need 2 small pieces. And one just fell on the floor. Okay. So I'm going to take this little piece and put my dimension. And then I'm going to pull off that little sticky part. And I'm going to put it right there. And look how pretty she looks. So now what I'm going to also, then I'm going to put her right here. Okay, so I'm not going to glue her down. I like to use my dot, and so I'm going to use my dimension. You could also get a roll of this in a 99-cent store too, guys. So why not use them? They work beautifully. So I'm using the dimension behind. I have some more here. And I'm not going to put it on her leg, because there's no way I'm going to get, at dimension. It'll take me time. if you do so, you do that out of, you know, you're not showing a video, a tutorial. It'll take a long time for that. Okay, so now I'm going to put her right here. Oh my God, look how pretty she looks. Now yeah, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the pearl pen. I put a dot on her shoes because I color her shoes brown, and I use 2 dots. You can use some in her headband. And what I was planning also to use is my eyebrow. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you what I like. I want to give her some little ruffles right on the edge. I'm going to show you how cool this is. Can't leave it simple. Can't leave it simple. So I'm going to put some of this, and I'm going to show you how that works. It looks so pretty. I wish they had it in pink. I could have dyed it in pink, but that's another. I didn't want to go too much. Let me see. I'm going to do just the bottom part and see how that looks. So you see me, I squirt some on the edge, and I'm going to take my heat gun, so it's going to have a little noise, and watch what happens. See guys? Whoops, sorry. See how that looks? It popped out. Look how pretty. So that was cool. I wish it was in pink. Maybe when it dries out, you know what I'll do? I'll sponge it up with a little bit of pink, and that's it. And that's it for it. So this is so far that, you know, a doll that I'm sharing with you guys. I'm gonna also make a shadow box by a 12 by 12. So hopefully maybe there'll be a second part. I'm not sure. Let me see to show you how I'm going to put my dolls in. I'm not going to embellish or anything. I'm just going to show you, because some people was curious how you make a 12 by 12 shadow box. So it might be a second part to this. All right. So I hope you enjoy this. I'll try as quick as possible, and hopefully, I don't know when, because I do have to do a skincare, because like I said, my channel is not all about crafty. I'll see what happens. If I decide to come back, maybe I'll show you the flower techniques, how many flowers I can make out of one die, or just different ones, and, you know, the flowers. So I want to say that. Oh, wait a minute, guys, one more thing. I forgot to show you the best part about it. You know, behind here, because a lot of people doesn't even know how to, they usually hang it. I don't know how they hang it, but I bought this die, this one right here. Oops, sorry guys. Ooh, right here. I love this, and I'm not, you know, from Tim Hortons, and I already have one cut off, but I don't like to show it on chipboard, so I had cut it. I have acetate that has these blue little lines that you have to peel off, because I had cut it from there. So like that, when it's standing, it doesn't show. So you won't be able to see this. I'm going to show you how you how you close this up. So when it, it'll cut like this, and then when you fold this, you take, this is the part, I don't want, because it might break. This, it's going to look just like this, and it's almost breaking. I went this way. It's supposed to be like this. You know what? I'm gonna have to show you this way, because it's breaking up. I tell you, when you press this, okay, this goes down. This tat here goes down. This piece is, you see where it has this little crease here? That's the part that's going on. It's going to go behind. It's going to go behind this. So this little edge right here, see this piece right here? It's going to go like this. So it's going to look like this. And this is what's going to hold it down. Okay, so this is a fun thing. So I'm going to glue this down to show you how this stands up. I don't know if hot glue is going to be a good idea, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway. So hopefully it doesn't melt, because this is heavy. I did good, okay. Alright, so now you don't have to worry about it. You can have it standing up just like this. So I just want that one thing I wanted to show you guys. And this is so good. So it's an easel, I think they call it. but it's so great. So I have all my tags all standing up just like that. So I hope you enjoy this video, and for those that had just not have subscribed, please do so. And there's a black button there that's black bell. Hit that so let you know when I'm back. And if any have any comment, leave it below. And thank you. Have a great night.